like every next fight is your biggest fight, and obviously the way that this one's been built, you know, aside from the fight itself, it's one of the biggest fights that, you know, to happen since the pandemic. You know, it's a hell of an undercard. But yeah, going back to the fight itself, obviously it's redemption. It's a rematch, and yeah, mate, it does really feel like there's a lot on the line. So I'm treating it like it's one of them massive nights. Not treating it like, oh, it's just Lara. You know, he's a massive. He's become a big name in my head, in my life. So yeah, it's you know, do the business Saturday, and we might have to do another picture up here with me and Mauricio.
And just lastly, is sort of the mental preparation key for this fight? Obviously, last time you just vacated the IBF title, you wanted the Kanju fight, didn't happen, and then you fought someone who was at the time unknown.
Yeah.
Now you're heading in knowing all about him, you fought him, and this is the only fight you've been thinking about. Is that key for you, do you think?
100%, mate, 100%. I think that it would be a case of like, just get him done and go home. Get him done, go home, and get on with the next one. And obviously, pay the price for that, you know. So this time round, all my attention, all camp has been about Mauricio Lara, and that would be the difference on the night. You know, the way that I approach it mentally. Like I said, I know what it'll bring, so it'll be different.
Good luck, Josh. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Cheers.
And lastly, we've got Tom Gray from the Ring magazine. Thanks, Tom.
Hey, Josh, how you doing?
Tom, how are you?
Good, mate. First of all, you were unbeaten as a pro for 12 years. From what I've seen since the setback, you've dealt with it emotionally. Has that been just for the cameras? How difficult has it been to deal with the loss, the first professional loss of your career?
I think I touched on this a few weeks back. Like, for a while, it didn't really bother me, like initially after the fight, because I had so many physical injuries. You know, I come out the fight with a fair few injuries, and normally the blanket of winning covers them injuries up. But yeah, the injuries were a distraction to the mental side of it. And then when the injuries recovered and physically I was okay, then mentally it started to bother me. You know, it's like, shit, what's happened? I'm fucking number one in the world. Ring magazine ranks number one. Box rate ranks number one. All of a sudden I've just disappeared out the fucking top 5. Now it's all come crashing down. I don't even know when I'm going to be next out. I was meant to be fighting for other world titles, and I was the man above all of these other fighters who are coming through, and now it's like I've been relegated, not just one division, 3 divisions, and that's what it felt like. And get to a stage where you think, you know, what's going to happen? But then my mindset became, well, do something about it. Do something about it. You're in control of your own destiny. You need to do something about it. So, yeah. You know, I think it were for a few weeks made it up my ass, and I was a little bit down. But then, like I say, I had a word with myself, and I was all right then.
Everyone, you know, that was watching the fight, or I won't say everyone, but most of the people were essentially saying that you didn't appear yourself even before you were hurt in that fight. You still had success in the fight, but you didn't look anywhere close to being the fight we've seen against Selby or Frampton. What major differences, and I'm not just talking about mentally, but what differences do you see developing in this fight that will be completely different from the Josh Warrington that we've seen the last time?
Just the approach, mate. Just the approach. I just, like I say, last time out, I didn't give Mauricio Lara the credit, and yeah, I annoy myself like daily with that. I've annoyed myself that I didn't give him the credit. You know, I should have been wary of what could potentially come back, and even at times in the first few rounds. I should have picked up on that as well, but I just still ignored it and thought I'd just blast him out there. And you know, because I've over the last few years, such been a dominant force physically, and you know, taking people's souls early. You know, like say Selby Frampton. I mean, Frampton 2 rounds. The fight was more or less done after 2 rounds. You know, but I think that was the difference. I didn't do that, or maybe I did that too cocksure last time, and I know that approach can't last. You know, even with fighters who I've known about or feared, I'm wary. But with Lara, I wasn't. I didn't give a fuck, and I paid price for it.
And sorry, just to bolt on then, do you foresee a much smarter technical approach this time rather than trying to like gut check the fight?
Not so much technical, just the case of a little bit just more aware, if that makes sense. Just aware of myself, just worried about everything what you know could come back, and aware of what I'm throwing. I don't know when I'll be coming from last week round here. Do you know what I mean? It's like just everything needs to be a bit more sharper.